Look at this. These are all the notes from a usability test I ran today. Just one session, about 35 minutes, one user. And that gave me almost 6 pages of notes. And what happened in this test? Basically, the user focused on things we barely pay attention to. And those small details completely shaped the way the user experienced our product. And that's the reality of UX work. Hi, my name is Nayama. I'm a product designer, and I want to show what happened today and what I experienced. And this is so important because design work happens in real life, show you how important usability testing is. So let's break down and let's start explaining what this means, okay? Usability testing is about breaking away from what you think you know and actually understanding how users think. Do you get the difference there? All right, so because as designers, we make a lot of assumptions, right? And that's just how supposed to start the design process. You assume something. And we think something is obvious, clear, intuitive, whatever. But until you watch someone use it, you don't really know. And it's important to clarify here how you run the test matters a lot too. So let's break it down a way to do it. And this is how actually I did it today with my user. So first, I gave the user a task and then observe. You don't guide them, you don't interrupt, you don't talk to them, you just watch what they do. I'm not saying for you to ignore them completely. If they make a comment, you say, okay, but not like engage a conversation. Okay, pause. I came back here to explain this better. What I mean about not talking to the users is let them naturally use your product, let them struggle with it. Do not explain where to click or how to do things, because your job is observe where they get stuck and where the improvements are needed. If you distract them by talking too much, blah, 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 or explaining things, you miss the natural feedback. Yes, you can make questions, okay? But avoid taking them away from the task you are trying to evaluate, okay? All right, let's go back. And what is very important there is that you take notes, I personally use a notebook and a pen because you need to be fast. I've tried a computer before, but typing is actually takes you away from the focus. It's noisy, it can distract the user, and it forces you to look at the screen, instead of the person, So in summary, keep it simple: a notebook, a pen, and your full attention. Another thing that I want to bring it up here is how important you give the user the opportunity to be more comfortable as possible. What I mean is adjust to their time, it's I always ask, when is the best time to see you? Where do you prefer this meeting to be? In a coffee shop, at their house. This user prefers in her house, which was completely fine to me. Just make sure, is a real user, a real person. Don't just find this person in Craigslist or something like that, So in this case, I also brought my manager with me, and she was as well observing, and I was taking notes. If you can also record the session, if the users of course allows you to do that, and that makes the whole difference. So making it in her house was gold. She was in her natural environment, she felt more comfortable in to do the browse as she does daily, and that's our goal, right? It's users are shopping at their house, at their work, in a shopping mall, whatever. So that's very important. All right, let's make our conclusion today. So at the end of the day, UX is not about what makes sense for you as a designer, is what makes sense for the user. And the only way to truly understand that is to watch them, period. All right, everybody, I hope you like this. And if you are into UX product thinking and user experience, user insights, feel free to follow along, subscribe, comment, everything. All right, see you next time. Bye.